I've been chatting with a couple of friends recently, and they're all asking me the same thing as they go to AI friend of, hey, what's Claude Code? Should I be using it? Is it good? Is it bad? And all of this stuff. So I've had maybe 5 or 6 calls at this point, and I'm going through the same things of how I'm using it, where I'm using it, what I'm building with it, how they could use it. So I thought rather than having another call, I'll just start sending over this link of this video and say, hey, just go watch this. So if I thought I'll do that, I thought, why not just post this video online and give some free source to all of you as well? All right. So for anyone who doesn't know already, Claude Code is this new tool that's come out. It basically works using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all these AI tools. But rather than accessing it on their website, you can access it on your phone via iMessage, WhatsApp, Telegram, that kind of thing. It also thinks for itself. So it's like basically a person operating machine rather than it being a machine where it's asking you for permissions and this kind of thing. It's crazy. But what it means is it will go through multiple stages of thought processes itself rather than trying to ask you what it needs to do or get an input from you, immediately churn out something, go, here you go, here's what you've asked for, and it's just in text. It's multi-step. It will go and search on the web. It will go log in into places for you. It will build its own code for you. So it's very complex in how it operates, but it's so easy and accessible. I have it directly on my phone and I just text it. Okay, that's what it is. So I'm going to show you how I'm using it. Now, number one, before we go into everything else, everyone online is going, oh my God, it's amazing. You can set up your emails and organize it and build a calendar. Dude, no one gives a shit. That's the most basic AI functionality that existed 2-3 years ago and even longer. This is not that. Claude Code is a tool that is one of the most powerful AI tools out there. It's open source, it's free, but it is one of the most powerful tools. And people are saying, oh, great, I can organize emails. That is not the purpose here. Most people are installing it and then they're going, now I don't know what to do with it or how to use it. And it's because you're thinking wrong. If you hired someone in your team, you wouldn't hire them and then go, now let's work out what your job is. You're going to have a job in mind for it already. So for me, I thought I'm going to treat it as my personal assistant. I want it to do the menial tasks, which I would do, the research, integrating things on Notion, on Slack, and basically do them for me. So that's kind of the purpose. The way I did that is I got ChatGPT, I got Claude, I got Gemini, I got all of them to export like its data that it has about me just by asking it. And then I copied and pasted it into my Claude bot. Okay. So yeah, it's not about emails. So here's how they're using it right now. It summarizes my inbox. It replies for me. It sorts out my calendar. Congrats. It's a $20 a month secretary when you could have a $20,000 a month machine at your hands. So you're using it in a very basic way. So without further ado, here's how I actually use it. Yeah, most people are getting it wrong. They're using it like an AI model. So context. What they're doing is they send it a message. It thinks, it gives them a response, and they go, okay, great, thanks. That's what ChatGPT could do. This is way more. It can do a lot more, and I'm going to show you that now. Okay. So for context, I run a 40-person agency. We make 500 ads every single week. So I'm busy when we're running this business, and I want it to basically make my life easier and make me more productive, make me a 10x marketer. So as one example, this is the most basic one I'm going to show you guys. Client messages that sound like me. Yes, you could do this on other AI models, but the way I've done it with my Claude bot is I got it to access my messages. I got it to access my Slack and basically learn my writing style. And that's something I could teach to other LLMs, but I would need to spend time and do that. I just connected to Slack, said, hey, go read my messages and see how I write. It kind of worked out my themes, the way I write, my style, my cadence. And from there, it now knows how to write. So yeah, I'll send it a screenshot of a conversation. I'll say, hey, here's the context. Here's what's happening. Here's what I want to reply back. Can you craft something for me? And I will connect that with a voice to text feature. So I don't even need to type this. I will just speak and it does it for me. So rather than like brainstorming and working out like how I need to respond to a message, because it might be a client one, it might be something I need to decipher and, you know, a complex one. Rather than spending 15 minutes on it, I'll just do it on this. It takes me 2 minutes and makes me more efficient. Okay. That I do directly in the chat. Now I'm going to show you building dashboards. Okay. So in my team, we work out, we make ads and we need to work out how many ads we're going to be creating every single week. So it says 225 video concepts a month because we're building variations. So that goes up to more than 500. At times nowadays, we're even averaging up to 900 or something stupid. But the point with that is we don't know how many editors we need. So I fed it all of our company data through Notion. I went, hey, can you make me a dashboard? And this is what it came up with. I'm not going to say it's one shot, but I didn't have to sit there and go, all right, let's build this. Let's have like a project defined. Let's have all these different features. I said, here's the situation. Here's what I want. Here's a few things I want in there. Go build it for me. And this is what it built. It's a full-on dashboard for my business, showing my different teams. It's got links towards like all the different sections that I might want to go to. So QuickBooks for accounting, our Notion databases. It's got like a one-stop business summary because this is, again, able to pull that data from the likes of Notion. So if I go into like editing capacity, it's actually built me a calculator. Oh, that's convenient. It stops working. Actually, that's a good use case. I'm actually going to go into my bot right now and say, hey, the ops dashboard has gone offline. Please fix. Oh, actually, I can bring this up on screen. So there we go. I'm just writing to it right now. See you there. So I called my Nero for no reason. When you set it up, it says, "What do you want to call me?" I said, "Cool. What do you want to call yourself?" It gave me that as a suggestion. I don't know why, but I just went, "Cool, go with it." Anyway, so I said, wrote this. It's typing, which is basically it thinking, and it will also give you a response. Okay, got it back up and running. So I can go into editing, and over here, it's showing me how I can calculate who I need to hire in terms of capacity and what my current team utilization is. So before, these were all like vibes and numbers that we were just trying to work out, but it's built me this full-on dashboard. So rather than trying to do this all myself manually or hiring someone, I genuinely built this in, I'm going to say like 20 minutes, just prompted it, said, here's what I want. Here's a job description. Here's what it needs to look like. And then obviously there's some tweaks and everything you do, but like it shows me my editor's capacity, our weekly capacity as well. It shows the weekly demand. It's showing a hiring forecast. So if I have X number of brands, what will happen in terms of resource and how many editors I'm going to need. It will also show me how many editors can be on leave at once. We've had points where too many editors are on leave, and then all of a sudden we're falling backwards in terms of like, just behind. So it also is a way to calculate what we need in terms of editors who are available. And again, this was all built using Claude, which is insane. Okay. All right. That's that. Now let's go back to my slides. Here we go. LinkedIn audit. So I wanted to audit my LinkedIn and see like, hey, how do I improve my LinkedIn page? So I just asked it to become a researcher, and I said, hey, can you go research some of the top LinkedIn profiles out there similar to me and my industry, and work out the gaps in terms of what I'm doing versus what they're doing and how I can improve my page. It needed to scrape these, so it needed to use a third-party tool like Appify, because some websites don't work. It can't immediately go on because they have tools to like work out that it's a bot. But there are ways around it. So it did a full audit for me, and gave me a report. It was basically something which, if you ask a consultant, they'll probably say, yeah, give me a couple of days for and charge me a couple $100. Did it in 5 minutes. It's sick. And it just gave me a breakdown of like how I can improve and what it needs to look like. So yeah, got a report. I was in the gym with a friend. He's in the real estate business. I got it and he wanted to build up his social media presence. As we were working out, I prompted it and just said, hey, give examples for my friend in terms of other real estate brokers who have a social media presence and doing a great job at it, and compare it to his, and obviously gave his page and built a report over 9 minutes. By the time we were done working out, we had a full report for him. Okay. Love this example. I have a swipe file. I never update it because I'm just terrible with that. You could technically do this with like a PA and just send them your files and say, hey, can you add these? But obviously that's a lot of input, and getting them to do that is just annoying. So what I do is I have this swipe file on Notion, right? I've just built this out in the last few days, but I'm actively using it. So what I will do is I might find something that I find really interesting. So if I go on Twitter right now, I can go to any tweet which I think is good, and I just want to say, hey, add it to my swipe file. Let's find an example here. Something I might find, what? I like this ad from Claude. This is pretty cool. So I'm going to grab the link. I'm going to go to Telegram, which is where my bot is, and I'm just going to go add to swipe file. Okay. Now you see it over there. It's typing, which is again, it's thinking. I've told it once before what to do it. So I've basically said to it, when I send you a link, open your web browser, go on there, extract the information and put it into this specific Notion database. Swipe file now. Boom. There we go. It's right there. And it even adds, because I've asked it to, a link to the content. It's even got a screenshot of it, because again, it can access via the web, and a link. So it's all organized in here, which is so convenient. All right. Another one, contract extraction and comparison. I have a bunch of contracts. Rather than reading through every single one, I basically fed them into that and just said, hey, I need this specific information, put it into a table. It put it into a table, and then I said, great, now can you put it into Notion as a database? And again, it made the page, it made the database, put everything on there. Something which is a manual entry task probably would have taken someone a good hour, just prompted it, and within like 10 minutes, it was done all by itself. So just efficiency, okay? It says 2 to 4 hours, 15 minutes, but yeah, you get the point. Strategy docs that actually get built. So I have content strategy. I'm trying to post more online. I've basically said, can you build me out my content strategy based on everything you know about me and like for like competitors online? And it built me a full document in terms of here's what you should be doing. And based on that, I'm starting to build out my content. Again, something I could have done myself, but it's just useful. And I'm sending it these things usually like late night when I'm just like chilling, or I'm going for a walk. I'm just texting and going, oh, here's some of the random things I want to do. And then it just goes and works them out. Sales page copy. Again, I'll send it some examples of good pages that I like. I'll give it information on one of my projects. I'll say, can you help plan this out? You could technically do this on Claude. Again, it's about how accessible this is and how easy it is to do. So that's where I'm using this. Product launch planning. So I will come up with a full plan in terms of, hey, I've got this new idea. Can you help build this? Go through online, look at competitors and do all of that. So again, similar to what I was already saying. One thing I haven't added on here, which I do want to show you guys, is like its coding capabilities. So this is mission control, and this is actually a Kanban style dashboard it built for me because I said, I want to see all the projects you're working on. So it built this out. Now it's not fully updating correctly, but this interface, it coded itself. I didn't tell it to. I gave it one reference maybe. And I said, hey, go make like, this mission control, which showcases all the different projects, log activities and how you're working. So I can see what it's actually doing. I can file a new task in here. I can submit it and then it will get to work on that. I even got it to build my new personal website. Again, just vibes, chilling late night. Hey, I want to build a site. Everything you know about me, start coding it. Here's the style I want to go for. So it's got an info. It's got, more about me. It's got my proof. It's got examples of my newsletter. There's even a newsletter section, which by the way, if you want to learn more stuff like this, sign up for. Yeah, that's a couple of examples there. All right. Internal tools. So different dashboards and different ops systems as well. So I will show you, this was the example of the internal dashboard that we've built out. And again, crazy. You can just get it to build a full like working app, which is bizarre because this, even with Claude Code, would take you a while because you're doing approvals and all of this stuff. It's making the design. I can send references, and it just refines it and tweaks it more and more. All right, waking up to finish work. I've not asked it to do this every night. I said it once and now it remembers it. So it's number one on one of my projects. It's gone and built its own, it's worked out like ideas that I might need and built them out for me. So it's building out a content for one of my projects overnight. It's built out documentations, 50,000 words. It's built out some templates. And it's based on like the actual playbooks and systems I've already got. So it's making assets for one of my businesses and projects. And I didn't even ask it to do that. This is the crazy part. So it just works it out and it's going to town and building it myself. So I'll just say, hey, can I see it made? And it'll send me the links. Okay. Then even this this slide that you see over here, I actually wrote this out first for my newsletter. Then I put it into ClaudeBot and I said, hey, can you turn this into a web experience in slide format? You'll see it here somewhere. Again, then I wake up to finish work and it's just making me more productive and more efficient. All right. So the takeaway here, this isn't about ClaudeBot. It's about how you build a relationship with it. That sounds weird. Hear me out. They use it like most people are using it like ChatGPT. You give it an input, it will process something and it gives you an output. No, you want to think about what is your end goal and based on that, brief it to operate that way. You want a PA, you want a finance assistant, you want, someone to help you with your edits. You need to define that for it and think about the end output. That's how you get the most effective usage out of this as well. So the shift is when I stopped treating it like AI and I started treating it like a team member that I work with. And that's what really changed my perspective on it. Because for the first few days, even I was like, where's the use case here? Why is it useful? And I realized for me, it was about having it on my phone whenever I want, and getting it to work autonomously and think about just gaps that I have and how it can help me in those. So I still use a lot of the other AI models and you know, in day-to-day work, but this is somewhere where it's kind of like becoming an extension, an extended PA assistant role for me. So it's just helping me be more productive. Okay. So on my phone between meetings, quick messages, I don't need to explain stuff. Actually, another use case. I was at the dealership the other day and I would send it links to cars and just go, is this worth it? And then it would go and do research and come back and go, hey, it's worth it. Here's why. Yeah, this is a good price. This isn't a good price. Here's examples that are a better price. So it's doing my research for me. Again, I feel like you're getting the trend. It's a good researcher, and that's what I'm using it for. Feed it real business data. Again, be careful about security protocols because this is sensitive information. I'm not giving it hypersensitive info. I'm just giving it like top level context, which I would share anyway. And then be specific about how you work and what good is so that it's got context on how to give you what you want in the quality that you need. All right. That's when it starts feeling like you're using AI and it starts feeling like you've got someone on your team who just understands it. And the more you use it, the more its memory will get better and the better it will get. And I'm noticing that as well now after day 8 or 9. It's getting better at refining and building things I want it to build. So again, it's this compounding effect. Okay. All right. So that's everything. You want more like this? I actually have a newsletter I write in every single week. I talk about AI, marketing, building agencies, creative systems, basically all the stuff I find interesting. If you find that interesting as well, you can subscribe. It is aliqureshi.co, aliqureshi.co/newsletter. And even if I click here, which I'll show you, this was also built using my Claude bot. Here you go. Leverage Lab. It's done all the branding work for me, some of the positioning, which I've done, but it's executed for me. So you go in here, hit subscribe, I'll add you into the newsletter, and I'll send you more stuff like this every single week. Anyway, hope you found it useful, and I'll see you later.